I'm here to tell you of some facts of which you'll be alarmed. Yes, I believe there is good cause why we should all be armed. But why should we carry guns everywhere we go? To protect ourselves from our natural foe.
What is that? The bus, the car, the truck.
Oh, good heavens, no! I'm talking about the duck. Don't be fooled by its cute little waddle. To a fully grown duck, murder is a dawdle.
What would it do with that pathetic little quack?
Take your eyes off a duck, it'll stab you in the back.
And its turn-up little bill,
Designed for the kill.
But such a little thing.
Well, it hasn't always been. The prehistoric woolly duck measured nearly 80 feet, from its massive beak to its awesome fluffy tail. And in a fight with dinosaurs, they always won the day, as on their deadly beaks they were impaled.
you mean that's why they are extinct?
That's what the academics think.
The modern ducks are surely extinct.
Not on the Serengeti plain. I've seen a full-grown lion killed by a duck with one flick of its bill.
But tell me, George, are there more ducks that we should fear?
The Arctic duck kills Eskimos at a rate of 10 a year.
How does it do this thing?
It has a deadly sting. Marine explorer Jacques Cousteau was the one who really ought to know. He had some quite deplorable luck in a fight to the death with a deep-sea duck.
Fight to the death with a deep-sea duck.
The deep-sea duck, now what is that?
It's 40 feet long and completely flat. It lives and breeds on the ocean floor and can hold its breath for a year or more.
Hold its breath for a year or more.
Let's go ducks like great outdoors.
They prefer the city much, much more. That person sitting next to you on the train, you think that they're human? Well, it pays to look again. It's a duck! Bad luck! That's why you should always carry a piece, because the only good duck, the only good duck, the only good duck is a duck deceased.
How do you explain a state like Queensland, for example, where former Premier Russell Cooper went on record stating his party's belief that all people had the right to bear arms, yet the same party decreed that condoms were dangerous? Victoria tried a different tack. In 1988, they banned military-style semi-automatic rifles. 3 months after that ban, of the estimated 10,000 weapons in the state, 27 have been handed in. And what about Tasmania, where a 16-year-old can buy a gun, even a bazooka, without a permit, but they're not allowed to buy fireworks? Just what is our official attitude to guns? Do we even have one? Roland Brown, you're from Tasmania, you're a lawyer. What is Australia's official attitude to guns?
Well, it varies from state to state, Andrew. There's such a great divergence that allows a person to buy a gun in Queensland and take it across into, say, Western Australia, and where that person normally wouldn't be able to buy that sort of gun.
What sort of a problem are guns?
What we have is the Hoddle Street and Queen Street sort of massacre on the front pages, and that is what comes to everybody's minds when they think of gun abuse. But underneath that, there's a greater and more insidious problem. We have very high rates of suicides in Australia by guns, and Tasmania leads Australia with those statistics, and so does Queensland, being the states with the weakest gun laws. The other element of gun abuse is in the home, and it's not reported, but it's widespread, it's an epidemic.
Ideally then, from your point of view, what would our gun laws be?
Ideally, we'd have registration of weapons across Australia, we'd have licensing of shooters across Australia, we'd have a ban on military weapons.
Registration of guns would be practically very difficult, wouldn't it? Quite costly.
No, that's a furphy put up by the gun lobby. We have registration of dogs in Tasmania, yet they're arguing that registration of guns isn't going to work. It will work. We register cars, we register boats, we register other dangerous things such as political parties. So there's no reason that we can't register guns.
Suicide by political party, yes. We do that every 3 years, just about.
Yes.
In the end though, Roland, I mean, you can push for stronger gun laws, but isn't it true that guns are always going to be there, and people are always going to find a way to murder someone with a gun if they want to. Is there really any point? Isn't it better just to accept it?
If we take them out of the homes where they're not needed, women are not going to be living in fear of guns. That's really where gun abuse is taking place. And it's a disappointment that the legislators are waiting for, I think, a huge massacre before we'll get any attention, because that's what we've seen in Victoria. Hoddle Street and Queen Street led to changes in the gun laws in Victoria. They led to the National Committee on Violence. It was very sad to see your Police Minister in New South Wales, Pickering, a short time ago.
It was very sad to see him, yes.
saying that he wouldn't think of any changes to the gun laws after that person had shot 5 people dead in Surrey Hills. Obviously, his threshold is greater than 5 people. He must be waiting for 10 or 20 people. And I can put forward a tragic scenario that somewhere in Australia there's going to be 10 or 15 people that are going to be shot by one person, and the profile of the person is already known. It's going to be male, he's going to be quietly spoken, keeps to himself, has quite an arsenal, and he's not going to turn up in any statistics as previously violent. He's going to go out and he's going to commit a large massacre, and those people that die will be the ones that are martyrs to the eventual introduction of good gun controls across Australia.
Roland Brown, I think that was the single longest answer to a question we've had on this show. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Roland Brown. All right, somebody make up, come on, quickly, time's up wasting. Come on. Oh, hello, enjoying the show?
Not really.
Nice to see you're keeping an open mind.
Would you just shut up for a minute? Listen, I've been thinking, maybe we shouldn't let something like guns stand in the way of us having a good time.
Oh, charming sentiment, very nice, yeah.
Give me your hand.
What?
Give me your hand.
With your hand in my hair,
With your eyes locked on mine,
with your head on my shoulder,
with your tongue in my ear,
with your heart on my sleeve.
and my feet in the air.
Oops,
We're falling in love.
whoops,
We're falling in love. We're in awkward position. Our bodies together, our minds apart. Our brains can't make a decision. Let's leave it to our hearts.
with your hands in the air,
With your ear in my mouth,
with your tongue on my sleeve.
with your feet on my shoulders.
Whoops,
We're falling in love.
whoops, we're falling in love.
But if what we
In this position, whoops,
we've fallen in love.
Andrew, telephone?
Stay puckered, stay puckered.